Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Chris Loves Comics. It's Wednesday, happy new comic book day. I'd like to start off by saying thank you very much to all my subscribers, and thank you very much to all my new subscribers. I'm almost at 250. I'm at 240, I think, right now. But I know I'll get there. I would like to reach 300 and do a huge giveaway. And I also appreciate you guys liking the Benny content. Benny's a big part of our family. We love him, and he just makes everyone smile. But with that out of the way, I will be going over my books as mentioned before. I won't give any spoilers. I'm just going over what I picked up. First up, Blood Commandment, issue number 3 of 4 by Simon Kudranski. I am I'm a big fan of this series. The art style, and he also is the artist in this book too. And he just has such a great art style and storytelling. It feels like you're reading a horror movie, but it's really well done. Next up, Transformers issue number 4 by Daniel Warren Johnson and Mike Spicer on colors. It's been a fantastic series so far, and I'm looking forward to reading that. Next up, I have Rise of X, Powers of X. I'm sort of given, and this is by Kieran Gillen, and I'm sort of, as we're reaching towards the end of Krakoa, I read the Fall of X, Powers of X, the book from last week by Jerry Duggan, and that's pretty good. So I'm gonna give these sort of books a try, which is funny because we're at the end of the Krakoan age. Next up, I'm getting back into Wolverine by Benjamin Percy. The main reason, the Sabretooth War, it's been highly hyped up, and I hope it lives up to the hype. I mean, if anything, this cover is just fantastic. I love the sort of side by side with Wolverine and Sabretooth. I haven't read this hero in a while, and I haven't been a fan of the Amazing Run, and I haven't been a fan of the Spider Man run, but Ultimate Spider Man issue number 1 by Jonathan Hickman, a name I haven't heard in a while. I read his X-Men run and it was fantastic, and I sort of fell off when Jerry Duggan took over the main X-Men book, but it looks like the Ultimate Universe is back in full swing. I really hope they do a good job. You also have Marco Cicchetto on art. He's a fantastic artist. If you haven't read Chip Zdarsky's Daredevil run, Marco Cicchetto was the primary artist in that book, and he did a fantastic job. And next up is The Sensational She-Hulk by Rainbow Rowell. This is the sort of second arc. She did a previous arc. I think she did like 12 issues before. But this is a really good sort of slice of life, and it's a lot of fun. It's funny. Sometimes I need a break from the superhero and the sort of gritty stuff, and I need something to sort of like brighten my day. But this is I feel like this is a very underrated book. So if you haven't picked this up, I highly recommend it. Next up, and I like the little subtitle here by Brian Hill, Blade the Hulk Slayer. So I'm sure this will be very good. And next up, Titans Beast World, issue number 4 by Tom Taylor. I got the Starfire variant, and then you got the little Starros, well, the big Beast Boy Starros in the back. This has been a fantastic event. And as of late, Marvel and DC have been sort of like hit and miss, more miss than hit when it's come to events, but this is definitely a hit. And Jeremy Adams, Green Lantern, issue number 7. This has just been a very fantastic run. I really wish he was on the main Flash run still, but he is doing the Flash Jay Garrick, which is a 6-issue miniseries that's Todd Nuck. I can't pronounce his last name. It's Nuack, but that's also very well done. Batman and Robin by Joshua Williamson. And here is the first issue of his run, Jason Aaron's Action Comics. And from reviews, it looks like, and you see on the cover here too, you have Bizarro. So there's a YouTube video on the DC main page that talks with Jason Aaron, and he sort of goes over why he chose Bizarro. And next up, Star Wars issue number 42. I only picked... Excuse me. Sorry about that. I picked this up because it's a key. It introduces a new character. That's the only real reason I picked this up. I'll read it. I mean, I'm flipping through it right now, and the art looks pretty cool. But I don't know. I may come back to the Star Wars titles. I feel like they've just been sort of a huge letdown. But and I picked up some graphic novels. I've been sort of going back to reading some older Marvel characters. I picked up the Iron Man Armor Wars prologue by Michelini. Is it Michelini or Michelini? The Armor Wars. And I picked up this graphic novel that I remember as a kid, War Machine being one of my favorite characters because, he's just all guns. But that's it. Those are my pulls for this week. Next week is going to be a huge pull. It's going to be like 20 titles, I think. There's a lot of some titles. I know Cobra Commander, the first of 6, the issue miniseries by Joshua Williamson, who is also writing Duke, which I also highly recommend. Also in that same vein, G.I. Joe by Larry Hama. That's also going to be coming out next week. These are books that I'm very excited about. World's Finest by Mark Waid. And I know Mark Waid's name has been sort of in the tabloids as of late, but I've sort of disconnected from like Twitter and from like Facebook and stuff like that just to get all that clutter out, and I just focus on the book. I don't get into the drama. And let's see what else. There's some other titles that are coming out. Oh, 007 by Dynamite Books. Garth Ennis is going to be writing it. I'm interested to see how Garth Ennis is going to write it because he sort of does crazy stuff like with The Boys, Preacher, his version of Constantine Hellblazer, and he has a very good horror book right now by AWA Studios, which is called The Ribbon Queen. I think they're on issue 5 of 8, so it's sort of in the middle of the pack. But when the trade comes out, definitely recommend you getting that. But those are some of the titles that I'm looking forward to. There's more books coming out next week, and we'll definitely be going over them. All right, you have a great weekend. Tomorrow I should read my books and I'll get the grades for them and stuff like that, and give you my opinions on what I thought was great and not so great. All right, have a great week, everybody, and enjoy your comic books. Bye.